Hey, good morning, everyone. We came to the last element with what we're going to study about the loop. So let's quickly brief what we have discussed. So here we discussed the compared stuff about the interface and their parameter, how you can control by using the loop. We can able to control. We will do the dedicated project for today we understand already how to create the user, and you understand the parameter like user id, group id, and others parameters, so many stuff, and the verification command also we have explored already. Now we're going to do the first basic of the loop, and we're going to integrate with the user id. Okay, then we will later on compare this in the higher position. So let's start, take the first baby step toward our loop. So I'm going to work on my automations VM only. So loop. So let's create, this is my play already we have. So I'm going to remove this play. This is no more going to use right now. I remove this play. I created my play first command. Okay, I forget to say, you have to use documentation. Let's go through the documentation. I always prefer the documentation. You use the documentation from your what? Sorry, that is called the Ansible documentation. You can find here, or you can search like loop. Do here loop and check it out. What is we have loop? So we have so many Ansible 2.7, Ansible documentation, static loop 2.5. Let's open this one and check it out. If you have this loop, no, I can't see. However, I have already mentioned the this web browser. Sorry, the URL, you can see that loop. Let's understand the very basic one. We have list of looping mechanism. You can refer this, no need to make notes. Okay, so standard loops, come to the standard loop. So here the example, here above example. So this is telling what do you understand with the, we are having the example in the playbooks. Now we can comfortable with the play. So they are telling give your name, add the user, one user, then define the user keyword. So your syntax will start from here actually. Then give your username, first parameter. Second, status. You want to verify whether it's a percent or absent. If it's a percent, if it's not available, then you create this user. Who is the associated with that? So I will do the baby step today. I'm not going to define the group. First, without the group, we will see only one parameter, that's the username, and then create the user. So we will see create the user with the default and disable the user with create. The syntax wise is very easy or not? Tell me, everyone.
Yes.
Yes. So let's start our play. I'm going to start my play. Okay. I'm going to copy this for the my friends and keep in another untitled. Please practice like this, because we are not a developer, we are network engineer, we have expertise in network engineer. So don't spend the unnecessary time to developing the code, use this. Okay, so you understand this is code, say name, we do that, then user, under that user you have to pass parameters. That's all, the three line. Let's start our, tell me, you have to implement this here, how you have to do. Let me see you guys able to think or not. Yes. What is my first command, Nabal? Tell me.
Name.
Excellent. This is my complete play name. So testing, test for the loop. Okay. Then what is the next command? I want to see whether you are capable to build your play or not. Yes, next what is
User.
Host or gatherings.
okay, host for whom you want to work here. Here also same concept. See guys, this is given you example dedicated for the play of creating that users. They are not,
Okay.
this is not complete play. This is one set of play, subset of play. You have to create your play. So who is your host? Where you want to work? Tell me who is your host? See your
Router.
inventory, guys. See your inventory. Cat inventory. Who is my play?
RX.
Since.
Yes,
Are you agree or not? I want to
yeah.
create the user not on router, yaar. I'm working in the this system. Okay, I want to create multiple user. Right? Agree or not agree?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So since gather facts because it's not a network device connection. There's no matter of do you agree or not.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So gather facts and connections not required because we are not working on the router side. That's supposed to be get the differences you're supposed to understand. What's the next?
Tasks.
Excellent task. Task. So what task? Task having the creation of user. So give the name. What task you want to do? Create multiple user. Sorry, multiple users. Are you agree, guys? Now within these tasks, you have to pass your. Now come to this parameter. You have name, add the user. Then do or instead of giving name this, I will start from this. Within the task, I will give you add the user this parameter. So I will create add the user one. Add user as one. Okay, agree, not agree, guys. Yep. Then after this, in that you have to space to a space and user is a model. User is a modem. User, this is the modules whether you have to user and then pass the attribute. What is the attribute? What is the username? Here, this is the attribute. This is not list. This is the attribute of users. Okay. What's the name of user? Asu1.
Ashuan.
I'm creating this. Then what's the second? I don't want to use the group. Second is state. That present. Agree. So next, I'm going to create another user within the task. Within the task, another name you give. And then add user asu2. You can use any name, guys. Okay, this is not a thing, but you have to use the syntax, same syntax. The name, the syntax here, and that will be asu2 is a user, and then state. Only the two attributes I'm using, name and state. That is nothing called present. Okay, that's all. Should I close my play or should I print something? Yes, no.
Yes.
No need to print, guys, because I'm creating user. I don't want to debug. We will see the output. Okay. Period. Before that, whether do we have how many user I supposed to get the information from those system, right or wrong? Yeah. So before that, I have to test whether I'm able to reach my stack, my host my system, right? So what is the testing? Tell me, Jitendra, tell me the command by which I will test I am able to ping my system. Ansible, first keyword, followed by. Okay, Sagar, can you help me?
Yeah, minus dash m thing.
Sys, the
Sys.
inventory, right? System I'm taking. And inventory file, what is? Inventory file. From this inventory file, take as a class sys. Okay, then module. Yeah, you guys forget. Ping. Should I pass the parameter? Should I pass the parameter, authentication parameter?
No need.
No
No,
need.
It's
because I
already there.
already given the sys. Sys is with the
Mul-
verb multiplex.
Multiplex.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you. Let's see that. Guys, practices. There is so many small stuff. Become smart. My code becoming now smarter day by day. Okay, we are polishing our code. We are polishing our ad hoc command. Earlier was ad hoc command like a big line. Right now, everything crisp and clear. Right, guys? Okay, first part is clear. I can see that Ansible facts and figure because everyone running with the Ansible Python is running. So all the system are generating with their host name. I'm able to reach my system. Agree, disagree.
Yep.
Now
Yes.
let's move the next level. What is I have to check what are the user available there. Then only I can going to create my user. Otherwise there is no meaning. So let's do the pre-checks. What are the users is running? Tell me what will be the command. So everything is the same. Only from the module we have to take which
Shell.
module? Cell
Shell.
module. Excellent. Thank you guys. Then we have to pass argument. So what argument? How
We
do I
can
check?
do
Just now we studied.
Check state.
more space slash etc pass wd or
Or
shadow.
check, or we can grab or check whether the ASU1 or ASU2 already exist or not.
Just I will do cat etc password or not. Tell me this command what they will show me. How many users are available? Are you agree?
Yeah.
Yes. Let's do that. I should not pass authentication. Everything going to take care about the inventory shares. Just enter this and wait. They are going to bring. But this is a huge output. However, we are able to check that. So I'm creating ASU, right? So what I will do smartly, I'm not going to check every things. I'm going to do segregate this. So because cell mode I use, so I will grab this command. How are you going to grab for what? For ASU. Okay. Because I want to say I'm going to create ASU 1, ASU 2, ASU 3, ASU 4. That's all, right? So I'm looking for ASU related, this name related any users are there. Okay. So okay, so only one user is there. Can you see? And everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm okay with this command to move. So post verification we will run this for all the. Let's work on this. My play is ready. This is a very simple play. I given the name of the entire play. Then I created the task with this specific host. Their credential going to take care with the inventory file and they're going to create. For creation of this we need the sudo command. So that's why we already given the become method and sudo. That's inbuilt into the what? My inventory file. Are you agree or not? Let's see that.
Yes.
So this time if you're thinking it's working, we are not passing any credential even though it's work. It's not because of this credential I have given become method sudo become is enable and their password also there. So it's a multiplex with sys with the 6 pack. So my command going to be very neat and clean. This is verification, and after that I'm going to create this play. So I run this. Now come to the play dive. Okay. So Ansible playbook, Ansible playbook. So I'm going to call my inventories. Agree or not? Sorry, I will call my inventory. That's all. Inventory is, and then what is? Tell me, guys. The play test,
Play name.
the loop test. That's all. Nothing credential. Nothing. We have to pass. Enter this. Oh, error. What is the error? Here, something error. They are telling appending line appeared to be. This is not a right syntax where we have done the mistake. Let's see our play. We found there is some mistakes we have done. Users, they are not finding. Let's see what is the actual this. Ah, we have done the mistake. There is no space required after the name. Can you see, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you able to see? Because name is independent. The name don't have any attributed behavior. Is independent. So I can do corrections in my play. This is the right way to study, guys. Do mistake and then you rectify so that you are able to remember your mistakes. You have to remember your mistakes, then only you can do the right coding. Agree, guys? Now let's play this. We have good study material ready. Wow, this time play is working. There's no syntax error. Okay, it's a kitty. Wow, what a beauty, yo. This is the so neat and clean and smooth. We did not see anything printing, right, guys? There's nothing printed. Are you agree? There is nothing printed over here. But they are telling, okay, task is okay. Gather the facts. They run the task, add the user one first for all the system, then add the another users, and the recap. The changes happened. Nothing is failed. Nothing is skipped. Everything is okay. Let's run the verification code and let's see it's really created or not. Oh, congratulations, guys. You have created the user as 1 and 2 with their default groups. Are you able to see 1001 and 1002?
Yeah. Yes.
Agree? Awesome.
Yes.
You are able to create two users. Okay. Now, if I'm able to create the users, can I able to delete these users? That is called
Yes. Absent.
absent. That's
Yeah.
change. One thing you have changed, absent. That's all. But this time I want to print also, yeah, because nothing is printed. You want to print something? You want to see the debug? Okay,
Yep. That will be good.
let's do that. So this way you can make your cleanness. You are cleaning your stuff. So to debug, sorry, I want to debug. So I'm going to give the name. Where do I pass the name for debug, guys? Anyone? Under the task. That's a
Yeah.
debug is a task. Are you agree? Okay. So
Yes.
give the name, the task, debug. Always pass your name because you're going to help you writing the syntax. You are able to get the actual syntax. So what is the debug? So you have to do debug keyword. Okay. And then pass verbs equal to, you have to define your verbs. We have not defined verbs. So
Are we not registering?
yes, I'm doing that. So anyhow here I have given standard out. Okay, now I will give the register one. So under the task we have to
So
define,
register is also part of this task, right?
yes, register the part of task. Under the task we will give always and define the verbs what we have here. User out, because I have defined same thing you have to define, otherwise register not. Okay, now I save this. Let's this time I'm doing the absent. What dealing registers users not defined. Wait, I have to give inside this, inside the, there is a problem with it. Let's see what error is coming. Okay, the task is run, the add failed, debug task is failed. The reason this, the invalid option for debug verbs. Debug verbs invalid options.
So, Ashupa, it's probably because you have two tasks, right? So you may have to define
Yes, it's
two
coming with
register
the single task. That's why it's because it's supposed to come with the syntax,
Uh, I was saying, what if you do two register values, user one out, user two out,
and
and
then we
then you
have to debug. Yes. Okay, but this is not my objective. I will spend this. This is later on. I'm going to remove right now because once I will do the start with the loop, there will be a single task only. There's no multiple user task. Okay, or you can say that you can register with this task inside this user. Aha, okay, I got it. Where we have done mistakes, we have the naming culture. This, no, not for register, not for register. So
so that's
invalid
what I was
options. So inside the user you supposed to come this. Then it's going to use for the add user one. Let me try this for, because I want to see this was to pass. But they have deleted already, guys. So you want to see just the this fatal, this debug part is a fail, but the remaining things are run very good way. So let's see, the users are removed from the system. There is no user called ASU1 and ASU2. Can you see that, guys?
yeah.
Everyone. Okay. So let's try this option by the absent, not by the absent, by the purgent. Okay. Okay. Then let's try for this one, and it's going to print or not. The debug going to be happened or not. So rest of thing is working fine. We have to work for debug. The fail, the user module don't have as a thing. I got it. Why it's a fail? So they are telling this is not register, not come under this. So registers comes under task. Is that true? No. Task? No. This is not a task. Okay, there is a multiple this thing. That's why there is a issue here. I'm going to remove this part. I will come with this solution. I will test it out whether how I supposed to work if we have multiple subtask within the task. Then how the register behave. Okay, so loop creation you understand, sorry, not loop, multiple user, how to create and verify, guys? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay, that part is create. Now if I will do absent, it's going to be delete. absent. We see that absent. Let me delete this. I will do this, and I want to show you something called if you run again, then what going to be happen. Right now it's a created, users are created, you can able to see. So I remove this debug bug. Later on I will see that debug. Okay. So
Ashwin, one question.
we have created only one user. Oh, they cached only the one, and second it's a failed. That's why. Okay, that's not a matter. So let's, yes, questions.
Ashwin, because when we are creating the user, so by default they are in home directory. So if we need to
No, no,
change
no.
that, suppose if we are
By default, not in home directory. They have their own home directory, my dear. Means you are
okay,
able to log in with the different user. They have their own home directory. That's why this is home also
yeah,
one.
okay, so that is their separate home directory.
Yes, they
What they
every
use.
user their home directory. They have separate home directory. Okay. So this
Okay.
is the user ID, and that's a default behavior. They will create their own group, everything they will create their own. So that's the default one. Okay, now let's do the absent one, and there is no also 2 I can see. Then what going to be impact if I'm going to run this? So you will see it will show you the green. It's already there is nothing there. There is no impact. So task 1 is happened with the yellow because this is the they removed, but they did not find ASO 2 any user over there. So there is no change. Only one change. You can verify using this. Okay, clear? You have deleted. Now suppose I have 5 user. Then what I'm going to do?
Giving the same syntax or
Same syntax I have to copy 5 times.
right,
Agree?
right, yes.
Right? You have to do that. Okay, but this help you, you should not go for that. Okay, so that is called something loop come in picture. What comes in picture? Loop. So you can see that something called items. What is called? Item. Instead of name, you pass the items. Okay, and then with the items you define the list of you. So let's come to the play. What is means by they are telling? So let's give the name several users. Create several users. So users name, instead of names I'm going to use the predefined. This is not let me follow the syntax what the exact they have. Jinja template warning. So we have Jinja template, then, and this keyword is predefined item. What is the predefined item? Item is a predefined. Now you can do urgent. I'm going to create. I'm doing still only default one. I'm not going to define this. Okay. Now you have to define the list under the user. How many users you want? So it will come with items here with items. Now you have to give the list of. So I'm going to 1, 2 listing you have. Now we have only one. You can do the register work. You can define your register. Okay, you can define your okay. I will not do
First,
right
just
now
check.
register. Let's test is working fine.
Yeah, first
Then
check. Yes, that's what I
okay,
first
so
need
this is
check
very
is.
simple. Instead of writing two tasks under the task two subtasks, I'm going to create, you can keep adding your users. Let me add one more user, also 3. Okay, so we can able to create this 3 users. So I'm going to save this, and you saw that there is only ASU user, there is no ASU1, ASU3. And let's see, so gather facts. Okay, task gathering facts. You can see they are printing ASU1 for all 4, ASU2 for all 4 items. These are the items, they map automatic with this on E. So how many changes? You can see the changes are reduced with the 1. Otherwise, that time it's coming per user changes are coming. Create several users. We have to. Let's see the verify this. So you can see created user 1, user 2. So you understand the simple loop, everyone?
Yes.
Yes. Now let's understand, if I want to delete Astos, just you have to give one time absent. So here benefit, you are not writing multiple time your code. You are just doing one time, it will be work. And I'm going to save this. Let's run this. This is the one of the easiest baby step to learn the loop, how you can use this. And I'm going to delete all users. So you can see they logged in on the 3 devices, and they deleted all 3 users from those devices. How fast, in the fraction of second, you have created the users, you have deleted user. Don't you think your automation is great or not, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, now come Jinja template integration more inside this play. We can enhance this. Okay, if someone telling, okay Astos, I don't want to define here this, let's do the Jinja template. I don't want to define. You can do different way, you can call your Jinja here also. That's the power of Jinja template, and that's why this is very famous. Now within a loop, it's happening some sort of loop. So I'm going to pass my users, or I can give the name anything, define user. Okay, so and you have to define your variable verbs as a what, define, sorry, define you. In that you can define. Okay, so what I'm doing here, name and loop both is defined with the Jinja tab. Here, let's play this working out. So we don't have right now anything, the users. Now I'm creating, whether absent or creating. If I will do absent, it will not going to. I'm going to urgent. Save this. So this time we have integrated the variable Jinja template from the both the parameter, the name as well as the items. So great way. So we can reduce our play. We made our plays more. Now let's delete this. It's a very easy. I'm going to do absent. My CPU running so much because you are deleting user, you are creating user. There's so much of doing stuff. Please don't do on real system. You do always in VM, guys. Okay, my suggestion. Okay, now let's absent this. What going to be happened? Of course, this is supposed to delete. Okay, guys. So we have deleted with this. We saw. Now, what is left? The latest till here clear, guys? Yes, no, everyone.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, latest terms come. This very confusing point is with the items, and there's coming items. Okay, so latest development, the items automatic integrate with the items, but this is don't use this with item after 2.4 Ansible. They are a backward compatibility, but this they make more simple. No need to remember with the item because you will do lots of spelling mistake. Use the loop keyword. What's the keyword? Is it loop? This is more easy or not? So there in
Yes.
advanced development you can use the loop as a keyword. Okay, so the define elements going to be automatic. The whenever you use loop, the item going to be integrated with. Item will be integrated with that. Clear, guys? And through Jinja template, it's
Yes.
integrated with this. So there is encapsulation happening. Clear? Yes, no.
Yes, yes.
Okay, great. So let's check it out. I'm not going to do three because my CPU is. So if I'm able to do for two, I can also pause. So let's try for this. So this is the absent top agent. So I have whether able to keep it or not. Please practice is as much as you will practice. It's going to help you to understand it. No need to remember. Let's see, it's working for keyword. Yes, it's working. I can see we have created two users. Yes, ASU1 and ASU2. So let's delete this. I'm not going to absent. Let's absent. Save this. Delete. So it's a very easy. You can see once you play, you are editing in play and you are playing with those playbook. So it's very quite fast, right? And we have. So you should know how to verify these things. Then only the meaningful is removed. Now come to the play. So what are the things we have done? Let's conclude. First, we have name. We have multiple names and we have given per user how to create. Then we create the at with the items and items keyword. Then we will go for Jinja template, define the variables and integrate from explicitly. Then I use the state word keyword. Now come to the pictures of other attribute. Right now, till now we have tested only the one attribute. That's called name. And other attribute is state created, which is remainder. Now, if you define the multiple attribute, how you have to come? If you are able to define the one attribute, you are able to define attribute. So we have first one attribute, then state, then another attribute I am supposed to add. Okay, so another attribute I'm going to define customize attribute. I don't want default attribute. Everyone understanding that?
Yes. It's kind of modification, right?
Yes. Right now the group ID is default. Agree? Agree or not? See, the group ID is this is the UID. Your group ID is this. I don't want default group ID. I want my customized parameters supposed to be default. So the play is already defined here. The customize, you can do the groups define. Agree? Okay, let's do this group definitions in my. Everyone, any confusion why I'm using groups? The next attribute I want to use. Okay, so I want right now the users are ASU1, ASU2. but I want this belong to ASU. Agree? Means right now I want this username 1001, but your ID is 1000. That's the objective? Yes or no? Tell me here.
Yep, yep.
Yes.
Yes, because I kept group ID, not default. I'm telling use this group ID. Every user is supposed to be member of 1000 group ID. Right now, they have their own group ID. So this is the parameter try to understand. I define the group and I'm telling everyone having same group for the first step. Then later on we will come if you have 10 users, we have 10 different groups. Then how you will do in the next step. Right now every user having same group, or I will keep admin group. Anything we will see. Let's do that. I'm going to save this and I'm going to run. Create. Ah, my play is wrong here. There's absent. The absent means there is nothing available this group. You have to do urgent. 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 So let's do this. Again you run. They will create user 1, user 2 with the group. The group supposed to be my group, the ASU group 1000. So let's test it whether the group for the specific is defined or not. What happened? It's not created.
Still,
Can I see group ID for this?
Yeah.
Oh, we are not able to see. Where do I check these groups? So let's check with the command that called shadow group g shadow. They are showing the only default ones. Okay, do you remember I show you that ASU belong to what R group? Can you see here? ASU 1, ASU 2 belong to this group, as
Acha.
well as they have default group also.
Yes.
Yes, no, try to understand the output, guys.
Yes, yes.
That's why I teaches you this part. You are not able to find here because they show you the default one. Of course, we are the member of default. You have defined explicitly, apart from default, I am the group member of this ASU also. So the output you will see in the ASU, who are the group? This is all group, the member of that. Agree, disagree. Okay, ASU.
Agreed.
Yeah.
This is right. Then I'm going to absent this and remove. Then we will try for other thing. Absent. Let's do this. And we will test this output. I'm going to remove right now and test whether it's removed or not. And then we will not use the ASU group, we will use the admin group, whether you are a member of the admin group. Of course, there is nothing user called ASU 1, there is nothing called user ASU 1 group at all. Let's create with the, instead of ASU, I will give ADM, admin. Don't try with root, guys. Okay, try to avoid testing with the root. Try to using admin is a good example. So right now I given the admin. Okay, let me use this. So it's supposed to be created the user 1 and 2 with the admin. So yes, I think this is not worked well. Or for agenda, I use this state type. Green means no changes, right, guys?
Yep.
Okay, now let's check with this group shadow. Wow, we have admin, and in admin I can see ASU, ASU1, ASU2. Can you able to see everyone?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you understand, guys, where what happening, where happening. Now this is not my challenge. This is Astos. You are telling this group for entire whatsoever created. I don't want. Let me first absent this. Let me remove these things. I don't want for. We delete this, and then we will talk for further challenge, which is going to be integrated for your project. That's going to be final looping stuff. With the, so we are able to do one attribute, which then we can able to do for the multiple attributes. So I done the password. Okay, so we are on the same page. Now come to discuss about this point. So I want this attribute supposed to be I have 3 users like ASU1, ASU2 and ASU3. I want to use for all 3 different. Can I have control on that? If I am able to control on that, I am able to do anything. Don't you think so that? Sagar,
Yep.
Jiten, guys. Okay. So what modification do? No need to remember anything. Just go for your play wherever you are, and come down. You can see the very beautiful lag here they given them. So you have name attribute. You have integrated with your group attribute itself. Then group attributes having with the without items, with items, with the name, with the others parameter. So if you have more than 5 or 2 parameter, 3 parameter, you can just pass the comma and give your parameter. On giving this parameter broad. Let's test it. But you have to remember, when you are using this name keyword, this is going to be called as a item.name, the groups item.groups. That's the key. Agree, disagree. So,
Yeah.
so what I'm going to do, I'm not so comfortable with this syntax. I'm going to copy. I'm telling you again, you are a network engineer, you are not a developer, so don't try to bust, because otherwise you will be stuck in syntax error warning. Better you copy and paste. Okay. Now you understand this. I have a key point over here. I use the item here. I have to use item.name. Okay. Item.groups, so that you can able to see. Do you understand the structure? How going to be manipulated? So I'm going to remove this variable. No more variables required. Right, guys? No more variables requires. And I'm going to use this syntax in different way. Instead of this keyword, I'm going to use loop. I will do later testing. One, I have keyword with items. Okay, and then I will pass the Ginger template here. Dot item. I will dot name, and here also for group I will pass this Ginger template. If I'm able to do, I'm not so good in writing the code. You are more smart and younger than me, you can do better than me. So there's group. Okay, now you have to use name and groups keyword here in the parameter. Just let me go and check it out. So how you have to pass with the listing, you have to give, not this is not a ginger template, this is a normal template of the loops parameter passing. Okay, don't give the open, close, apostrophes one. Okay, now you have to come with inside these, come with the list, open the bracket and pass your first parameter called name, then use the, they are using their space and comma is going to be on the associated with that. So this, and give this what is called name, first name, the as one, then I will do comma, I will pass another that is called groups, then I will pass another parameter groups, I will keep admin. Okay, this time, and then like that, so on. You can going to pass your by comma doing, you can keep your passing your parameter. So I have only two parameter. If we are good with the two parameter, I will be good for the others parameter. I'm going to define another one that's called ASU2 users, and then I'm going to give comma, then space, give groups, and this time I will pass as a root as a ASU. This is another group we have, and then third one, third user I will give. Intensely I'm giving 3 users that I want to practice this, and you guys also follow the same way. ASU 3 users, and then group will be template. So I'm going to use as a root. This is not a good practice. Or there is another group also. Let me see what other group do we have. How do I check the groups, guys? Anyone? Don't give
Slash
this.
etc shadow.
Just remove this. Okay, and you pass. Wait. You pass head. Let's go for, yes. Go for head. Head. Pass the parameter 20 line I want. Then the class G shadow. Right? G shadow. Let's see whether we are able to get output. For this we need the sudo output, but we have already sudo one. So you can see what are the group we have. We have bin, we have sys, we have sys also, we have admin also, we have mail, we have news, we have main. So anything we can use. What I supposed to use? Tell me.
Sudo. You can use sudo.
Ah, thank you. Yes, I can use sudo. So let's do that. Sudo. Instead of this, I will use sudo. Thank you, Nikhil. So you understand that you have ample number of stuff, and so this is the things. So here, let's play this run. Then we will discuss later on. We will good to close to this session from the point. Okay, so this is the absent of urgent. This is absent. I supposed to do the. Okay, so here everything looks good. Now you play this. So I'm going to create the 3 users with a different group associated in different parameters. Wow, it's working, guys. It's working. The uname, the user, and the admin. Let's see it's created. So how do I check this? I'm going to check the next group is ASU. So what happened? Let's understand. If I go for sudo, can you see for sudo we have ASU3, for admin we have ASU1, and ASU2 is for this. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
So for admin we don't have ASU1 to 3, only ASU1 we have. For sudo we have ASU3. For ASU we have ASU2. Right? We have distributed same way or not? Yes, no.
Yes.
And you can see they have default ASU1. So this is the beauty of this. What's the use of Ashutosh this? Right now we have done this practice on the username, but I can keep on adding these parameters. When you will go for interface, you will give your interface name, okay, and descriptions, then pass your parameters. So what is the gig? Ethernet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then their description, their duplex, their speed, and blah 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 blah. So we will do with the big project for that. Once we will move the deployment part. Let me absent this. I want to delete this. That's very easy to absent. Just keep absent keyword and run this. We are good. Move everything. So error. Why? We have done mistake. Absent. What happened?
Spelling of absent.
The spelling mistakes.
Yeah. ABS.
Absent. I wrote absent. Guys, be with the very accurate with your play. Otherwise, you're not going to. It's working fine now. Okay, great. We have removed. If we see there is no ASU1, ASU2. You can see only the ASU. I hope by this I'm good to close this. Okay, let me try this instead of this one. If any syntax error I got, if I will use loop instead of with item, I'm going to run absent only. I have to see only. I have to check only the syntax is working or not. A syntax error coming with that. No syntax error. So we are good to move with the items and the loop. So let me conclude this. So what are the things we have used? The keyword. What are the keyword we used? For agent keyword. Everyone. Second keyword. Tell me. And Jitendra, tell me what is second keyword I used right now.
Uh, can you no
Any
no
keyword,
I'm
any keyword, what we used in the code. Absent used. What is the next, Sagar? Tell me. Any other keyword?
We use loop,
Items.
items loop.
Items, very good. Loop. The loop. And tell me any other keyword.
Pass WD G shadow.
Yes, great. But here we have with the item. So these 4, 5 parameters you have to remember. Yes, and the commands you have to do with the items. The command you have to use like G schedule. Let me give setup command. What are the command one by one? So we have slash etc G shadow. For this you have to use what? Credentials. So however I will pass the credit. Then we have password. Then we have ID. We have group. Okay. So okay guys, by this I'm going to close this session. See you in next class with the new topic that is called deployment. How will we start the iOS config? Till now we saw iOS command only. Okay, see you in next class. Bye bye, all the best.